All right, here comes the news. And it says yellow, so not so much impact. And I laid all my limits in. So I was able to make $3,100 so far. I think I'm sitting in about 100 and at least a standard amount, maybe 130. Okay. The news is coming out here in 10 minutes. So I'm selling into the euro and the pound as they go up. I'm currently underwater on these early entries here. So range trading seems to be the rule of the day here. Also, I have buy limits down here we can get in. Is should it plunge when the news comes out? And I can get in really wide here. Since it's the pound, you may want to just use these swing trade scripts down here. And you could put a 40 pip stop in this. So you're picking the entry price here. And you could cover nearly a 30 pip window there for the next 8 hours. If that plunges today and we get a plunge and a drift up, I think it's a good trade. If we get a smash down and go up, it's good all day, for all 8 hours here. You know, this kind of ebb and flow. So I just sold the euro. Not here. I missed it. So, but these are the earlier sells. I cashed out. Got a lot of sell limits up there, all stacked and ready for a spike here. Predetermined cash outs, although I did take off the monster swing positions. So when I bought into this plunge, took the 20 pips off the table into the floor here. So I didn't ride the whole move because this is my exit. And there's other stuff on the back burner there. Plus I traded the dollar the same way. And right now I got pendings on the dollar. I think these are 8-hour pendings. So I'm looking to get filled on this plunge. Now this is going to be I wouldn't do this on the dollar because it barely moves. It's like the Swiss franc. So I'm just going to put in these real tight, 1 pip apart for 6 hours down here. My exit is going to be the floor. I'm going to enter down here at the very bottom. Okay, we're waiting for the news to hit. It looks like the pound's making a run for it. I'm selling like crazy up here. Into another retest of the high here. I guess a shoulder, if you're thinking long term. This is forming the shoulder on the daily right now. But for me, it's just a scalp. They got to take out the high of the day again for me to get more selling. More fills on my limits, so I stacked them all up in here. And I put in some that had just got filled recently, because you look at the 15, put sell limits right there, because I'm like, we could just plunge now. This is a lot of pips here, and this is probably the best trade of the day if you, I guess you want to do this 15-minute, this top becoming a bottom, but not precisely, because overshoot, right? And then takes off. Like, wow. Total engulf there. Even if you got in early, right? There's the 15-minute pivot. That's that ICT order block going on there. Can't talk about that, and there's no Chinese flu. Just so we're clear. All right, another rally coming. I want the pound to keep pounding up there. And I'm just going to keep selling into it. It's as simple as that. So we could take a drawdown of about $200 going into accumulating all those sell limits just because I want to go with the high probability scalp. So when we get up there to the very edge, we can make those 20 pips. And if we wanted to ride out this whole move, for the people that are into the swing trading thing, they are going to sell up at that top. Right, they're going to come in like They're going to sell above this and then ride it all the way back. And maybe this is their pivot at the 20-yard line. Cashing out here. But then I see the buy zone here, right? So once you get below this wick, everybody's freaking out. Buy, buy, buy. Maybe buy every hour. It's dropping, but in the end, if you can afford to buy a 40 pip window, you can make off the bottom ticket. If you have hard exit, hard stop, and you accumulate everything in here. But that's a very spelled out script. You have to pull the trigger right now in that script, actually. If you had a double click that was pre-done. So we got 5 minutes till news. 4 minutes here in a little bit. So all this keyed up. Battle here, bulls and bears, and I have a canvas order down there at the bottom. So if it does plunge, you can absorb a lot of price if you have your orders 50 pips apart, right? So you can have a double click that lays in tickets 50 pips apart on your phone, on your tablet, Windows tablet, and just go boom. And it's just going to go like this, one case with a stop here. Now, if that was true, and every day that this was just like tanking, you hit a button that put a weekly ticket in. And you're like, every day I'm just going to hit a buy. I have a script that just buys like this. And every day the market drops, I do the same thing. And it lasts a week. And it never fills down here, right? And once this accumulates, this walk down and whatever you may think of the trend there, or how you maybe could have sold here, at this top become a bottom and rode it this way, whatever kind of scheme you can think of. Oh, I'll get a moving average that fits really good, and then I'll sell here. And this is obviously the best place to get in. Get out of here. Get out. I'm done. Quick and dirty money. And really just all you're really doing there is going from supply zone to demand zone in actuality, even though you may perceive that you're moving averages in the magic. Because once you get down here, buyers galore. Actually, once you get here, and then when you get above this wick and everybody's getting all bullish, and then you get it right on that rooftop, right into previous support. All the people that bought here in Asia, going, that thing's going to go up, and they don't have no stops. They got really wide stops. And when it comes back to here, they just get out. They're like, hey, you know what? Our equity's back up. Let's get out. But not everybody has that same thought. So wanting the reason for it, it is, if you think about the guy that is kind of trying to say, now I think we're going to go up here. I'm going to sell really heavy above here. And this is a risky trade, I guess, because, hey, this is a unknown, but really, this is the 1 hour chart. I guess we pause here, rip up some more, come back, I'm out. So I put in 20, 40 pip stops. Okay, the euro's taken off now. News is coming out in 2 minutes, a minute and 30 seconds. So I'm selling heavy into the euro. Not heavy, but I'll show you. Did I put some limits in there? I got carried away doing all this stuff, so I ended up putting too many tickets in. Gotta figure out a way to take a drawing mode here. Euro. I got him sitting just above the high of the day there. So this is kind of a outside unfair value entry there. Don't know if I get filled, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna ramrod the pound up. And the news is coming out in 50 seconds, and then we'll scalp out of that, and then maybe that's it for the day. Try to get the account, make another $300 here on just the psychosis of it all. Okay, so we're down 80. We're down 80 into the news, and we got 130K running here in the demo. Got all sorts of sell limits up there. I'm watching the euro right now. Okay, so we got let's see how bad the spread gets here on the pound. So this is the big high risk trade, I guess you could call it. We're selling into new highs. Totally going against everybody. 10 seconds to the news. See how much spread explosion. 5 seconds. This broker's a good gauge of crazy it is. Okay, so I'm in 8K there. No, 2 pip spread. And this is it, the news is out. Stocks are going to open. Our stocks have ripping up and down just like the pound. Are we in distribution phase? When is this thing going to make up its mind and do a final resolve? If you're a bear, you're selling into this, hoping it's going to go down. If you're a bull, you're hoping it's going to break out and keep crushing north, and the larger trend is up. Right? Anybody with a 20 EMA is going to say, well, it's above the cloud. You got to just be a bull. But if you're only trying to make 40 pips here, it's really going to matter. A daily chart here, my God, so. Okay, so news has been out for a minute. Let's see what the 1-minute traders think of it. So people love the 1-minute chart because they see all these tops and bottoms, but the problem is you got to really be fast. Okay, so are we taking off? Is this the breakout? New highs? Let's hope so. So I'm selling up into this thing if it goes up. I'm already short the euro. I'm down $60 still. So we got an hour before stocks open, and the market's going to move around. I mean, it's just a matter of, do you have a target 10 pips away or 50 pips away, and are you going to wait all day? Okay, here we go. Going into the cells. It looks like we're going to try to make a run. I'm going to say we're going into fresh. Not so fresh if you look at this, but here it looks like, wow, we're just going to go into like, where are we going, And of course here the view is, well, put serious sells in here. I'm just looking for that flash rally. Come back. We're out of the trade. It's over. Forget about it. I just not got time for this. The swing traders are as patient as any trend trader. If you are literally buying this plunge, and I know this guy that was saying, yeah, if you bought here with a tight stop, you did not realize this profit. If you bought here, it's too tight a stop, you didn't realize that. And same on the top side here. We're going to get out. I'm going to get out right where we're at now. So if I sell 20 to 40 pips north, I'm going to get out 20 pips from there at least for the scalp. So make $200 or $400 in this kind of flash rally, just like this flash crash. You could add an iceberg order down here, right at this top. They overshot that, so this precision is a ridiculous idea, because to get in any kind of size here, say you're in a 10K, a mini lot, one trigger pull. Okay, put another mini lot here. You want to tight, so this is the 618 and the other one's some ICT, optimal trade entry, but it's going to come down to like, how are you stacking this up? Here we go, new highs. So let's see what the reaction is here. I'm looking to sell into a 40 pip psycho goober rally. Oh, look at the dollars going down and stocks are coming back. And I think it's all sugar high. The stocks are just done. So we came back into the floor here, and look at the Bitcoin is up $6,000 in one day. If you bought this, and then I'm selling here, right? So I'm scalping off of this tippy top window. Here's another supply zone. This is the classic trap right back to the, look at that thing. Vicious. Hey, moving average says we're in an uptrend. Hey, everybody. But I wouldn't put a buy stop here to go long. I'm just saying that doesn't make sense. I'd be short right now for the scalp, and I think the exit's got to be maybe the last known top that you blew out. It's the daily chart. So here it's going to be. And if you're a bull, you want to buy here. Last known resistance becomes support on the wicks. Here would be the key. You took out this. Even the Williams traders with a fractal, they would have went long there. Oh, look at it. It works. Sure. I guess if you have a stop down here and then you'd have the classic retail stop. I'll put a stop here. And I'm going to buy this break out of this wick and I got to stop down here. Pure Williams fractal trading. Okay, now I'm selling into it. Here we go. Let's see what this account can take. We're down 120 bucks. I'm selling into the psycho zone. Let's see what happens. I'm trying to make fast, easy money with pendings. If I set it and forget it, put this in, I go down the street, the news has been out for 5 minutes, come back, I'm like, damn, I'm up like 400 bucks. It's great. 150K, about 160K now, so, 115K, let's just say. So pick up 215K, and we're going to sit there. No, 115. I keep forgetting that we're in the 501 leverage account here. But it's going to be, yeah, this is a nice size. Try to get into $500 of margin here as we go up. Like I said, we'll probably be down 200 bucks into this fill. Going to the nosebleed section here. They love that pound. They're just completely, this is the fakest move. I'm betting this is complete bullshit. This will be like Biden trying to speak. So how much follow through can we possibly get if we breach this high of last week? How much further can we go up? Okay, so I'm betting against the crowd here pretty heavy. I'm selling up into that. Okay, almost 2 standard lots coming up on this account. Okay, now we're into $400 of margin. Getting stopped out of a little bit of stuff here. Because this will be psycho. It'll pop up, rip back, we're out. I'm actually getting stopped out of stuff that I'm, like I said, I was underwater on those early tickets. We're still up $3,000, $10,000 account. I think it's 2 weeks I've been trading it. Manual, semi-automated with the limits. So I'm still, okay, if I get to $500 of margin here, that'd be perfect. Come up into that window. Everybody's all giddy. It's breaking out. It's going to the moon. And we still have stocks to open. So rips up, and then you get the buyer's remorse. Comes back to earth. Right? This is the cycle of stupidity. The hedge fund guys. Hey, maybe those kids out there, those whippersnappers that were going along a bump stop, that they are funding this rally in the pound right now, going against my demo. And my real money I'm selling for the next 40 pips up, 50 pips up on the pound right now. All right, almost the perfect fill. Almost $500 of margin there. It looks like, let's look at my balance to see if I'm losing any tickets. Okay, don't forget to breathe and stand up if you need to when you're trading. This is the Bill Williams psychological trick, because you don't breathe good sitting down. The fetal position. Waiting to see if they can push the market into new highs here. I'm going against the crowd here for at least another hour. Well, at least another. So it's kind of a contest here for another until stocks open. And we could come ripping back. So this could be it for a while. Looks like we just nicked the wick on that. And I must say, people are selling that. Now, can we keep plowing through this is the question. News has been out for all of almost 10 minutes now. My sells on the euro are just way up there, right? Way up there in this doji region, and still haven't hardly got filled on that. So tons of dry powder on that. But it looks like the pound, they're going to pound it again. So here's the moment of truth. And then outside of this wick, there's so many tickets in there. Some are on top of each other. So this is the supposed breakout. Pull back to entry. Would you have bought there with that theory? Breakout, pull back, come back in. So can we pull back at least to the breakout of this bar? The 1 hour trap. So we're living in this bizarre land here, and people probably are going to cash out here that are in heavy. Look at the tick chart. It's ripping back. And that's going to be the first obvious. Now the buyer should come in here right now. You know, if you want to go long, this is if you, and plus if you're the hedge funds trying to short bump stop here. Wow, the euro's going to rip though. Here we go. The euro's going to join the mob of hysteria. Well, Biden is going to fundamentally just go full retard as far as spending money on bullshit. When you go green, you go broke. I mean, this green stuff, I don't know what they're kidding with that. Learn how to panel. Learn how to solar panel. I guess you could start pouring the mica, whatever they use that, and then just get a soldering gun and just learn how to solder, right? Hey, it's welding panels. Just do welded panels. Come on, man. Learn how to panel. All right, I'm still waiting. Waiting on a friend. So we got almost 500 margin roll in there. Okay, so we're technically in the supply zone of the euro, but not quite the pound. We haven't taken out the high of yesterday yet. I guess we just nicked the wick there, and that would have been the heavy scalp. Still waiting for stocks. Let's take a look at what the 1 minute traders are thinking here. Oh, they got a flag. They got a pennant. Oh, if we take out this bar on the 1 minute, do you have a buy limit here to go long? Well, it's the breakout. I don't know. This is scary looking. So if we take this out, I'm going to cash out of something here, I think. Perfect. We got 501 margin running. So right now, if we can start to reverse, we'll be in perfect shape for the scalp portion of this tour. Because we do want to scalp out of something. You know, we can't ride this. Like, if they take out this high and keep going, okay, we're going to start getting a little equity crush. But being in 250K and being down $90 is kind of like being up on the trade right now, I'd say. In this kind of standoff, Mexican standoff at the border here on the 5. So that's, I would say, yeah, buy it back better right now. Come back and get out. If you're freaking out, if you're in too big right now. Okay, so this is supposed to be the floor. This bomb just became a top in the 5. We're supposed to go down now, according to that theory. So yeah. So in the rearview mirror here, I've got my giant swing trades running on top of this, right? So this is the heavy scalp window. I'm about to take, so somebody just cashed out there because we made a new low. Let's see, the scalpers are getting out here. And based on the fact we're waiting for stocks to open, we could come back at least 10 pips. So maybe somebody, I don't know if I cashed out. I didn't cash out of nothing there, but I could. If I thought, you know, this is just too big at the top, and I don't exactly know how big I am at the top here, I could be in an extra 100K. I think as I pay attention, as we filled up there, I picked up another, all on micros. And this is a pretty fast exiting broker, actually. Like I say, you can't hold positions overnight with tight stops here. Okay, this should be the challenge of the floor. Are we going to golf and go higher? I hope so. Because I'm barely in this trade on my real money, so I'm actually kind of rooting for the market to go up here. You trade the demo in concert with your real money, then you have this flexibility thing, so you can be, it's like these people that want to change their gender on the fly, real-time switch. Okay, it looks like we have to go challenge this up another 20 pips. We're going to sell into it. I think we're going to take a hit here. We'll be down like $300. But we can afford it. We're up 3,000 on the week. I'm just going to let it roll. I'm not going to try to intervene. I could have scalped out of that. I don't want to micromanage it. You know, I'm really swing trading it. But you could have seen the exit there, and it looks like I'm cashing out of my euro. So this piston thing, the euro's up, the pound's up. They're not up at the same time. I'm going to use that in my favor as a hedging situation. Because right now, if this becomes the shoulder on this 5 minute and this is the sell now, we start to really sell off now because it is up, right? The 5 minute traders sell right when it's up. The euro's pulling back right now. We still got stocks to open. So like I said, I'm only trying to make 20 to 30 pips. We can make ourselves $300 here or whatever. Actually, 10 pips, we're going to make ourselves $250 if it pulls back 10 pips here. You can get out. But I'm underwater on these other guys, right? We'd have to engulf into this. So I think we're just going to keep driving up into the stocks. But if we came back to these would be break even. I could get out of these losers. It just keeps plowing north, the 1 minute chart. So I'm going to put more cells up here. So those are 1 pip apart, believe it or not. And so you can go half a pip apart like this for 6 hours. Give it plenty of time to go spiking up there. Look at the 4-hour chart. Ridiculous, huh? So from the 1 minute, I think we're going to go up here. So I'm going to take more heat here, bigger size. Seriously, if we got into another $200, another standard lot up there, it'd be sweet. Then it really comes ripping back, right? Okay, it's the borderline. The daily 4-hour. Whoever sold the very top of that wick on the 4-hour. Is that your breakout? Did you buy there on the Williams fractal? I guess it is a Williams fractal up there. Sure, why not? You're up the spread. You're up 3 pips on that trade. Now it looks like you rip your face off to the north. Great, let's sell up here. I'm going to put whatever in there going to allow me to trade here. 28 pips off at the top of here. 6 hours from now. 3 o'clock. Stocks are going to get clobbered, quite possibly. Okay, are we getting a nice sell-off here, finally? Oh, so yeah, look at that. Right at the 1 minute. Boom. So that is turning on a dime. Can't even see. Look at that 1 minute. Woof. Okay, so maybe we can cash out of this, some of these scalp this. We'll pick up $100. We'll let the rest go. Hold it to the news. If we can start to invade this price, come back to these, and these become break evens, and I go flat, then we can just make $200 and be done for the day. I'll let the market decide on this one. And the euro, well, it's in the trap too. Oh, look at it. Look at this thing come flying back. Look at this thing turning on a dime. 1 minute chart. So that would have been a scalp. And I don't think I have a target. I never got on anything there. Nothing. Still waiting for the stocks to open. You got to have a lot of dry powder. We could make $500 here. Even getting stopped out of some of this stuff. I did put in some 30 pips to make 20 pips because I know once we get way up there in the nosebleed, when it comes ripping back, you don't want to lose any of that position because even though it will be underwater, you don't have to reload the gun, right? So you want to have a lot of bullets way up high and say, yeah, you know what? We're going to be down about $300 here, but we'll be up $1,000. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Pop that up. Another 20 pips, we will sell it. I'll sell another 2 standard lots up there. Or do you have a buy stop sitting like 3 pips above for confirmation entry to go along here on 5 standard lots? Who is that guy? Hopefully you bought that 1 minute pullback if you're that guy and you're up on the trade right now. And maybe you're getting out right now. Like, dude, we just made like $50 there in 2 minutes. We're plowing into the northern regions here, attempting. Oh, I bought, and oh, I'm down $50 now. I'm in 2 standard lots. Oh, I shouldn't have bought up at the top. We're just about to break out. Look how they made a new high there, and they kind of trapped on the tick chart. I bought right there. I know you did. So even this has all of the same situations. Everybody's accumulating, making higher highs, and then whoosh. Higher highs, whoosh. Look familiar? Okay, we got to take this out. This is the distribution phase above in the nosebleed. Now you just got to spill down. By stocks open, we got to be crushing in here. That's all there is to it. So this is kind of this is a really giant position, I guess, because it could get way more gianter. I put orders up here that last 8 hours. And I could cash out right now. And this is the problem I had on that pound trade. When I was at this 4-hour distribution phase and I knew we were going to do this, or I didn't know, but I thought had a high probability that we wouldn't be able to maintain above this price breakout. That this top become a bottom theory is kind of fragile. When you break out, pull back confirmation, go hog long. Okay, for this move. And how big is that move going to be? And how long is that move going to take? You'd be buying right now. If you just have to buy right now. You'd have to keep buy. You'd be long 4 standard lots right now, waiting for that. That is going to be the trade to make money on the 1 minute chart but it could all fall apart. We could rip back. You could accumulate everything above here and not realize you're being trapped up here. Or maybe it is too much size for that technique. You're above this window and keep buying these pullbacks. Okay, so the extension would be you're going to cash out in this, which I'm going to sell into your cash out. So I don't disagree. With the people that say this is going up, we just picked up a few more K, it looks like. So we're at 510 now. My equity's at 143, I'm going to say, 3,000. I mean, the balance, so I'm watching that balance to see if I lose anything, because I do think we could pick up another standard lot up here. On the micro theory, it's called, what is this new? God, they're running this ad on the radio. So I don't know if this iHeartRadio I'm listening to. And they're running this ad about wear your mask properly. And I'm thinking, is there a way I can get somebody to come over here to show me how to do that? Is anybody available this afternoon? Like the cable, can you get tighter time window than the cable guy to come over and adjust my mask, please? Yeah, that's part of the Obama security blanket system. What happened to the old days when they came out with these clever names for their latest harebrained bureaucratic piece of shit? Didn't Bush had the 1,000 points of light. There's 1,000 points of light. Is it now? Tis it now. Uh-oh, the floor is not holding up on the 1 minute chart, people. The bulls keep buying every time we're down on the 1 minute. How's it going, guys? Are we going to break out or are we getting trapped? Is this CNN data coming in here? Yeah, people try to crowdfund this. They try to pull a bump stop on the old pound here. How's that working for you? Oh, we're kind of cracking the... We just punctured 2 pipettes below the fragile floor here. Watch out, guys. Stand back. It's not going to be pretty. Those lines are not on the chart, really. But here is the line of scrimmage to the south. Hey, people are trading this with a very tight trust and belief. People are accumulating here. Every minute it's down at support, they keep buying. Even if it's a 1K, I mean, you could build already be in a 5K right now. So that's the other approach, is to trade like that. High frequency, very small. You end up with you're in a 5K. Besides your trend trader, it's going up, let it go up here. All right. Waiting for the top of the hour. We're going to see severe drama in the next 9 minutes. 5-minute trader is just updated. It is the top of the hour. That's the pullback. This is supposed to be the launching pad to go north. Your 5-minute robot's going to buy that. Irregardless of where you're structurally. And this is, somebody talked about a robot they could write, a simple robot. Yeah, you could just email it to me. I'd run it. The thing is, what I want to do there is I would need the source code to tell the robot if it pulls back 5 pips, buy with a 5 pip stop. Then I'm going to test that robot. And I'm going to test another robot that's called the 10 pip bot and the 15 pip bot. And the trigger on the 20 pip bot is going to be triggered by a 20 pip move. So the robot that just bought that pullback there, whether it's a 1K or whatever that size is, a team of bots doing the same Guberez trades. Okay, you're up on your 5K right now. Now, there we go. Sellers, I'm coming in. I just got another fill. I'm watching my equity, make sure I don't lose too many tickets. I just filled another 25K. My hope is to get into like $700. How about 5 standard lots at the top? It rips back 40 pips and we make just gobs of money. So these guys are holding on, waiting for the top of the hour. There'll be insanity pullbacks here, I'm sure. I'm one of those sellers. So I'm getting more sells going now. Some guy said, you just do this because you like to sell the top. I do. I like to sell the very tippy top of that. It's a high probability trap here. So for 5 minutes now, till 5 minutes after the top of the hour, we come ripping back through this floor. This will be like the best scalp if I've got my targets here, which I don't necessarily. But I could just pull the trigger and trim the top of this off. If we crash down into here, by the time stocks open, if we're down here, I'm getting out of the whole thing, right? Call it a day, put a lid on it, and we just made a chunk of money. Right now, people are cashing out. I guarantee you, people sold so heavy on that new high. They're like, oh yeah, new highs. Yeah. Obviously, that is the quick and dirty money. In 5 minutes, by the top of the hour, we could be ripping through this floor. 5 minutes after the top of the hour, British pound's notorious from but here, this is good. Get out here, right? Get out here. Top of the hour, 5 minutes down. You're not breaking a rule. So the disciplining of, I'm a disciplined trader. I wait for 5 minutes before I pull the trigger. Yeah, wait till the top of the hour to go along on a buy. But you also, if you're really short here, you're going to cash out and take that money and run. So I'm gonna hold through this whole thing until stocks open. And I think stocks are going to open and they're going to tank because we're back to the floor on the stocks. And that's all there is to it. So this is kind of a white knuckle trade, I guess, in a way. We're still down $83, but we're in even more size. Okay, that was the 9 minute. So the hour has updated, the 5 minutes updated, everybody's synced together. I'm sorry, it's 1 minute. 1 minute left before the top of the hour, but look at the reaction here. Can we blow out this floor, scalp out, put a lid on it? We made, if we can make $250 here, we'll be up $3,200 on the week. So not the best trading. I could have done better, I'm sure, because a a lot of these moves are so obvious, and you got to be in really big. And this is the 1 minute chart. You know, you could trade very heavy on this with a ticket that's like buying 10Ks, right? Because let's face it, you ain't got the time on this chart to be pulling the trigger on a 1K, but maybe a 3K. Whatever. Okay, buyers came in again. They're crazy, right? So 1 minute, pull back. Buyers are in for the next time around. They want to run up the flagpole again. And the scalpers are out, right? And I'm willing to sell up there again more. I got plenty of dry powder for this one. I planned ahead really deep. Got real money sell limit 60 pips above right now for this drama today. I think it's going to be a real turning point. It's the end of the month. It's the end of the world as we know it. And the NASDAQ is still stuck under this floor. Look at this crushing retracement coming all the way back to this again. And now kind of getting calm, you know, kind of mellowing out here. The dollar's crushing into my buy limits, just as I planned. The same, I'm going this trade along with the pound, selling the pound. So contrarian for the morning until stocks open, and they start to sell stocks, and then we swing it back the other way, and then we're done for the day. The 1 minute chart, we got a shoulder there, I guess you could say. Failure to make new highs. Let's take a look at the 1 minute euro. Kind of just drifting around, chunking around here. That's also, I'm going to say, trapped above. So here's the big trap window. We sold above this wick. We got way more sell orders up there to go, though. So it's still got a whole day ahead of us. A contrarian entry down $200 now as we sell into more of this. So the 1 minute traders, you know, this pound, I mean, you're talking, you got to be fast. I would have a hot key ready for that with a cash out key. Okay, new highs. We're selling into this. Would be interesting. Picked up another. So now we're in 3 standard lots, and we haven't lost any tickets yet. All righty then. This is the trade. Okay. Selling new highs. Almost $700 in margin. Just lost the 3K. All right. Got to get that $800 in margin and maybe be down about $300 here. Underwater on open tickets with wide stops now. Wow, 5 minutes after. So here is the 5 minute psychodrama after the top of the hour. All right, so here, a lot of people sold there, me being one of them. I keep selling into this thing. Down $255. 3 standard lots. All righty, so another 4 standard lots to go. I could survive this, this insane fake rally, or this irrational exuberance about the pound and the euro. Stocks are probably going to, so I'm looking for that turning point. We just have to ride this storm out. I just got stopped out of something. But maintaining $700 of margin usage. Okay, just picked up some more sells. Great. So it gets about $900 of margin. We're down $200. We're down $100 on equity. Still looking to sell. Gonna sell very hard once we get to the high of the week. The high of last week. I'm sorry, the high of 2 days ago. Heavy sells up there. So this is hands-free trading. No market orders, except for I could have scalped out. Like I said, that pullback off of there, if that was too much risk and you didn't want to risk that much, I would certainly get out. Okay, now we're just going to have to wait for the pullback. If that's the climax move, the 5-minute chart's going to update here in like 10 seconds. Can we keep going up? Can we go up another this? Now here's the other big thing. Since I put the orders out there for 8 hours and 6 hours, I didn't put 15-minute sell limits up there, so I'm not trying to play a game of, you know, what can happen there. So the 5-minute updates, sellers boom on that 5-minute, plus the people that have sell limits already triggered. We're about 10 pips from the high of 2 days ago, and there'll be more selling. I'm doing more selling up there. So it's kind of lazy man approach to trading, I guess you could call this. We know the scenario. We know the setup. The stocks are out of control. I mean, the volatility is out of control. Can we take advantage of it in some way without having to worry about moving averages? I can imagine the moving average being very bullish on here. I'm sure we're really kind of overbought on some indicator right now. So if you pulled the trigger right there, and you sold at the market on that 5, you're up a little bit on that trade right now. Okay, 710 margin. And we're down about $150, I'd say, equity. Not too bad. Okay, so we have to survive this. In this kind of trading style, you have to just really say, it's logical to sell up here. It'll be okay. You know, because I mean, really, you wonder, shouldn't I just bought like 8 hours ago and I'd be getting out right now, maybe cashing out? Or should I sell into this? So look at the hourly chart. And now we have this trap window. This is the breakout point. We went above and beyond the breakout point. Did we not go above and beyond the Call of Duty there? Why am I not getting the object deletion there to run? I don't know. That wasn't running. So this is the breakout window, right? And I know it looks amazing. It actually took out the high of the other hour, but this is where the scalpers would get out. Or the confirmation buy plate. People come in here and they buy for the long haul. So they were right for a few more pips there. But it's kind of, we're really waiting for the stocks to open. Selling all the way to this and beyond. So if I sell beyond that, I'm going to sell exactly right beyond it. Here's a scalp. Here's a long, here's a big profit trade. Okay, let's get into about $900 margin here. Scalp of the day. Classic psycho moves before the stocks open in this window here. Okay, risking 12 to make 34 here. Huh. I don't have this on my other platform. It's a great risk. Risk 12 to make stocks open in 20 minutes. Everybody's shitting their pants. So total failure here to have buyers come back in. So big trap up here in the 1 minute. We sold that. We got stopped out of a little bit. Heavy sellers here. Now this looks more appealing to crash through the floor here because this vacuum's been stacking up for quite some time down here. Take a slight zoom out view since it's a 1 minute chart. But once again, I'm a willing seller up there. I know I just can't believe I'm trading like this, but you know this is I'm not, and this is the only way I can sell because I'm a contrarian. So if I want say we're topping out, I'm gonna sell into it. Scalp 10, 20 pips off the top, ride back 40 pips to back into fair value or back into the fold when stocks reopen here. So this trap trade technique is off this hall up here. This is a big sell window. That's what we're betting on. So once we get above here, and the ultimate, this window here is about, it's only about 15 pips. Look how smooth that run is just on the closing prices, and then the 4-hour chart just slams straight up. Half hour, one pullback, one chance to get long on the half hour from a crude buy and pullback system. And that would have been your, I guess, a confirmation. Top become a bottom here on the half hour. Okay, so we got to white knuckle this for the next, because this is the half hour chart. This run was like 90-minute win. You sold into the seller's window. Let me change the color of my entries. So I have entries only listed here on the chart. It's just too harsh of a color. I can't see what's going on here. Oh, it's terrible. It's blurry. I can never find the right color in this system. By the time I find it, will be scalped out. Oh, that's harsh, but that's okay. It's going to contrast the candles good. So these are all my sells. I would sell more above that, and this is just how it is. We have to wait till stocks open. Can we press it up another half hour? Yeah, sure. That was the one pullback. Top became a bottom there. So I started selling above this wick, and this is where I'm underwater again on more tickets. So 1 minute, is this the new top becoming a bottom here on the 1 minute? Right, so still more buyers left, still more goobers to feed on here. With the euro too, look at this, we're getting filled now. Okay, we're going full against everybody into, I think we're going to climax into the news and we come ripping, into stocks, come ripping back, and then it's lights out. The dollar's going to come roaring off the floor here. So the dollar's trapped below this floor. Buyer's window for the scalp. Now I can put my, just trying to make 12 pips off a 16 stop. This is the 6 hour. So see the buyers coming in there. Look at the tick chart on the pound. So changing the guard now. We're only down 169, coming into the 15-minute window before stocks. People are going to lose their mind when stocks open. I think it's going to be like when stocks opened 2 days ago. And, for whatever reason, I just think it's just so, the volatility is so insane that even if you're counter trend trading, 20 pips on the pound right now is like blink of an eye. Okay, I'm selling into the euro again here, just waiting it out, waiting to see if my traps are filled. Ride the retrace. Wait for stocks to close today. If we get a complete engulfment on this, or at least back to fair value on the dollar here, because stocks start to tank. We're back to 80 something. We should make a chunk of money. So we're just trying to make money, and we're doing two currencies here on this thing, and a little bit of dollar. So here, look at the pounds ready to tank on the tick chart. It's right at the fragile point. Little overbought maybe, huh? Is this the new top becoming a bottom? Should I buy more pound here? Or what point is this thing going to stop? This is the 5-minute chart. We're not going to stop. We're never going to stop. That's the next president of the United States speaking. We're never going to stop. We're going to stop hunting until Well, there's just nobody left to stop hunt. Just blowing up every bump stop account. And yeah, we just went in the options. Oh my God. Nothing more adorable than watching Revenge of the Nerds traders get together on Reddit and say, yeah, same people that are running up the pound right now. See? Revenge of the Pound Traders. Okay, we got a nice trap there on the pound. Waiting for the sell-off. We have 15 minutes till stocks open. We're going to go up higher or rip back into stocks in fear that the party's over. I wonder. Last scalp of the day, last trade of the week, the day here. So we'll find out in about like I want to be in the market for 2 hours and make like, $600. And that's it, done for the day. Selling up into the pound here. 15-minute chart is just updated. So this is the, I guess you could have bought that pullback right there. There was a little stop out there on the 5. They took out this 10-minute support area on the Wix. All right, so we're just waiting it out. As per usual, we're pretty boring at trading, isn't it? This is a really boring game. Somebody said if I was going to stream, I don't know. If I had, every time I play music in the background, my God, to make up your own music, you have to have a little bit of ambience, I think. I don't even have any here, but other than the guy that can't deliver my mail, apparently, what is going on with the post office people? COVID-itis. Oh, do they? Okay, well, I got like no mail-itis. I'm not getting my money. Where's my big refund rebates coming in? Top bottom theory is not working here, guys. I'm a little nervous about this trade. What do you think? Should I buy? I mean, should I sell? Psycho trap. Never fails. Jimmy Bob said go long at this breakout on the Williams Fractal. What do you think about that trade, Joe? I don't know. I mean, you're not a trend trader unless you buy at the market. What kind of trend trader are you? Look at that. Look at that move. Are you ready to become a range trader yet, Joe? Oh, I don't know. I just bought a new moving average crossover system. I just don't know. Just got done back testing it. What do you think? I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I don't trust it. Maybe if you wait for those indicators to catch up, like no nonsense. That's a no nonsense trick. Anybody's having a problem with their cloud trading, wait for the cloud to catch up. Come in hot and heavy on that trade then. Oh boy, looks like I think they trapped the bulls on the pound, people. Uh-oh. So we stand to make $300 here on this trade here. Pull back 15 pips. I could actually take a loss on the underwater tickets and still make $200 here by the time stocks open. Right, pretty heavy in there. I mean, like I said, this is a decent broker as long as you don't hold your position into the end of the day because of the pound. I've seen the spreads go to 40 pips at 5 p.m. on a Friday in this broker. And there are people literally out there running 10 pip stops complaining that the broker hunted my stop. Well, you're in an ECN account, and when they let go of that liquidity, and you're just left with only broker liquidity, yeah, it's widespread. This is the Biden theory of economics. You craterize it, and then you come back with programs to heal it. But the cost of that transaction of getting anally sampled, the new anal swabbed without lubricant, never good. Okay, so we're only down $70 here. Stocks open in 10 minutes. Let's see if the top bottom theory is working on that 5-minute for us. Any eager buyers here at that structure level? Ooh, we blew out the first top bottom theory. Uh-oh. Joe, we got a problem with your trend system. I know I'm going to re-optimize it later, but this top should hold up. We'll buy here. I know we bought this one, and you said to buy there, like I did what you said. Tops become bottom. Some guy sent me an email a couple years ago. I thought you said tops become bottoms. I bought right here at the market, and like I'm underwater. Like, what's going on? Yeah, this is going to be some kind of crazy. So I definitely want to be. By the time stocks open, we will be above water. We could take the whole position off here and be done with it. And if that was the case, I would throw sell limits above really quickly because I want to catch another wave of that. It's too easy. I mean, I'm already out of, there's no pressure. It's too easy to go back in and just go like this. Let's resell that whole thing and do the same trade over and over again as you spike up into these. Okay, so now we're under the water table of this 1 hour trap zone now. Let's get a bigger view. And we still have stocks to open. So I could easily see us coming back to these tops that we sheared off. This here. And people are going to be cashing out into that first target. Okay, they're probably cashing out right now. So we could do that ourselves. I could cash out. Look at the 1 minute chart. So that's a nice pullback. This is the feeding zone that's been going on this whole time. People have been building monster long positions right here. It's very fragile. It ain't going to take much. If stocks, do you think we could go lower before stocks open? Yeah, I think we could come down to this top. And this is supposed to be where the buyers are going to come in. Now the pound is just the most brutal. So I've been trading the pound here for about a month now. It is so vicious. You could get out right now. You're up on this. You're up good on this trade. You could take off all of that because the pound could go either way on this. That's brutal. Look at this move here. Now I did cash out of some of these earlier. I had a move like this on the euro. Actually, when this happened, I went flat on everything. I don't know if anybody saw this earlier. This drama here, I got out. And that's why I put the sell limits above. I go, something's going on. And I didn't think it was going to be something was going on like this, which I was dreaming of because I was short. I didn't think we were going to go spilling down here. In fact, it kind of ricocheted off that. But I knew if I got above here, I want to be a seller. I don't wait for no pattern on that. The setup is there. The void's there. It's just looking to be filled. This is the whole idea here. And just trying to make money. That's it. Now, we are crushing back in. We still have 7 minutes till stocks open. We just make new lows there. Total trap. You've been trapped. See how the structures hold up here. Okay, gotta hit this real quick. Oh, so this is the 1 minute chart. We just breached that floor that everybody's been building a monster bullish position based on their trend line. I'm talking about the traders that could possibly get crushed here if they haven't cashed out in the new highs. If we come back to the floor here, confirmation traders are going to short there, right? And we didn't take one ticket off the table there, so maybe that's not good. Maybe we should get out of the whole position here. But then I keep looking at the clock. I'm thinking, yeah, stock's going to open up in like 5 minutes. And we could go up and then go down. We still got 5 bars left on the 1 minute chart. So the 1 minute chart trading thing, people say, can you do a video on the 1 minute chart? If you have a really tight spread, low commissions, yeah, I guess you could sit here You got a hotkey in your hand. You got to buy, sell, cash all out. Yeah, you can make some money here. In 2 hours, what most people wouldn't get a setup for 2 days, you could be you're like, yeah, this looks like support here. You could either pull the trigger here at support on the 1 minute, or you just put a 10K down here, a really tight stop, and your stop's here, just hard written in, and you have a target here. I mean, you could do that, and then you can come on the top, the same thing. Sell this, right? I sold that tippy top. I did sell that on limits, but I did cash out here. I think I cashed out, like I said, my real money cashed out here. I go, something's crazy. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be ridiculous. Okay, 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 20 seconds till stocks open. What is going to happen with stocks, people? We're not making too much money here on the euro. We sold into that above the breakout point. Tops become bottoms. I guess they did there, right? Those people bought. The people with this system bought here. Will they be right? Can we keep going up? Maybe that goes up and the pound goes down. That's why I'm in both, because the pound's going to move. I can get my 20 pips out of that pound, but I don't know if I'll get even 10 pips for every 20 pips I get out of this euro trade. But I'm willing to sell for the next 20 pips north, so that's my plan there. And this is all going to take place pretty, I would say, hopefully be out of this trade in the next half hour. By the top of the hour, and if it's the swing portion of that trade, my big greedy targets, which would be 40 to 60 pips, I may not see those for hours on end. And, I want to get that scalp burst out, reduce the exposure. You take about half of this position off margin-wise, and you ride maybe 1.5 standard lots down another 40 pips, and it's a relaxed trade. Okay, we're going for the challenge here. We're going for the Nestea plunge. This thing it wants to launch off of this on the 5 into the stocks. It pops up, stocks open, and it's like, wah, wah, wah. And what if we close here on the 5? Will this not be a bottom, become a top on the 5? All right, or did it just happen? So we're really in the trap zone on this one. Same pattern, little different supply zone here. We actually ricocheted off the floor, I guess you could say. For this, you could make the argument, I got it because of that. 3 minutes till stocks. Everybody's getting all nervous. All right, this is the 5. I'm the 15. Here's the 5. They're fragile up here. That was a hell of a run. And I wasn't trading this because you can't trade them all at once, but look at that retest entry. If you're going to trade the 5-minute chart in the morning, or for my case, I think I'd have buy limits in here for the capture, and then get out here, sell new highs. Okay, here's the cutback now. The pound's tanking. We're up 13 bucks on 350K. Here's the 1 minute. Here's my break evens. I can hit my finger on the trigger. I can scalp out of this. We can make 300 bucks and call it a day, or we can ride this for 5 minutes after stocks open. Our stock's going to tank. Wow. So the stocks have already kind of leaving the station here, right? Same pattern here. Trap into these ICT order blocks up here. I've been talking about that. He doesn't want to let me talk about there's no Chinese virus, there is no order block. As far as you know, Dow Jones ready to tank. Oh my God. Now that is the perfect setup. Break through the floor, sell it, confirmation of breakout. This is a goober setup. We are ready to crash. The Green New Deal is bringing this bitch on a fundamental view. The Green New Deal is we're just gonna pummel into here, and I would be an eager buyer, lay limits in super wide, and just enjoy the crush into your. Look at this. So 1 minute traders, look at that. We got it cashed out right there. Right there. 10 seconds before Dow Jones opens. 5 seconds. Okay, we're going to let it go. We're going to see some volatility up and down here. When we go down, hopefully we already auto cashed out. I can see my margin just went down. We just banks. We're actually up $4 now. So through this whole thing, we're up $4 in the balance. We cashed out. We reduced our exposure. I can afford more selling above us because I'm not in too heavy. And we're waiting for. Okay, stocks have been open for 30 seconds. Let's see. I wish I had that page open. See, the buyers came in there and that pullback. A half hour. So the moment of truth. Now we got to wait for 5 minutes. We're not in too heavy. The buyers came in here. Top become a bottom on the 5. How are they going to do on this? Is this the biggest trap in the world? Okay. So we're just going to ride this out now. The only thing here is that the only market trading I could do is cashing out at the market, but they're cashing me out of some of this. So if we drip down from here, it's okay. It doesn't have to slam down. If people could just realize that aha moment comes over them that you said they're going to do what with the solar panels? Oh, they're going to use those for the swabs. That's the new swab. Solar panel driven respirators, ventilators that run on sunlight. Yeah, you got to be out in the sun for that. Another wave of buying, another wave of selling in the dollar. Let's see how the dollar's doing. Dollars on the 1 hour is, and the 4 hour is in a buy zone. Let me stretch this out, get a better view of the market depth. So level double 2 trading here. Bad spread, 3 pips. I'm just using this as kind of a clunky. This is almost like the Swiss franc. I'm sure the Swiss franc looks a lot like this. 8 hours I'm buying down here all day. I don't think we'll make it down there, but I like putting orders in the market, I guess. I mean, some of these won't fill, but what else am I going to do sitting here? Just bitch and complain? Yeah, pretty much. 1 minute chart. Oof. What's going on here, guys? What do we got? Are we going to start tanking now for reals? Oof. Top become a bottom. I'm supposed to buy here. That's what the good book says. You don't want to go against the good book. Let's put in a different color there for those orders. It's already bugging the hell out of me. Just nothing ever. Real subtle. Barely see them. So this is supposed to be the top, become a bottom. Oh, we cashed out of something there. So see how we just nicked that wick a little bit lower. I just noticed we just cashed out. So we're up. We're at 3,160. We just got to ride the storm out here. Like I said, the 5 minute window is the critical thing. You know the thing. Come on, man. You know the thing. And I would say this has to be the best trade in 15 minutes you could make, where you sold here, 15 minutes later you cash out into where the buyers are supposed to be coming in right now. But I don't know. This is just scary looking. If you're looking at the 4 hour thinking you're going to buy here, really? Because now we're going to do some damage. Let's make it back to this round. I will get out. Of everything I'm in, we'll make $300. We'll call it a day. We'll put a fork in it. We're going to put a fork in that puppy. All right, we cashed out of something right at the tippy of that. Just a few K, not too much. 10 seconds till they update the 5-minute chart. Here's the 1-minute chart. Wow. The pound is just notorious for going after here now. So this would be the next buy zone. And there you go, 5 minutes. This is just brutal. So here we're cashing out. If I could get to another $300 up, I'll probably get out of this trade. Okay, so right here is the place to get out, right? For the scalp. So my finger on the trigger. I'm like, God, can it pull back more? And it may pull back more. It's a pretty big top up here, actually. Okay, let me cash out. So just to be a disciplined trader, my real money, I'm still short. But I want to make this $250 here. And by the time I get out of this trade, it may still tank. Get a little benefit here. And we're still making money for this 1-minute window. Perfect. So this is almost, those break evens are now making money. And it's a beautiful thing. And this could be the top of the year. But it doesn't matter. I just want to get out. I think the script died. I have to redo it. Okay. These are the ones that were underwater. Now they're at break even. Almost $300. So that was all of that top of the hour thing. I said this 10-minute window, top and bottom of the hour, insanity, right? Look at that. Look at that insanity. And we can come back here with buy limits. Do it all over again. So I'm still in a big position. And that's because I think I still got this guy rolling. Let me cash out of this. I'm going to go flat. Try it as flat as I can. Because this can go ripping up now. There it goes. So. I kind of missed that exit. I could have taken all profits off the table. Okay, we're still in big, and we're in because we're in the dollar now. Okay, so we made it through the crisis window there, so to speak, the inflection point, the hot spot where everybody's wondering, is this going to keep going up? So I got out of that, and now I'm going to sell it all over again. So this is all I do all day is this stuff. You know, if I wanted to really crank this account, it would take this kind of attention. We're going to do the same trade. We're going to sell that again. I'll sell it and beyond because we could keep going. The day's not over. The scalp's over. We took out 250K off the table there. We're only in about 80K now. 90. Okay, so selling again there because we could retest that. 12 pips stop to make 34 pips now. All right. The euro's still going up. So we could sell this too. We could sell more here. Just above current price. Looks like it's going to go up. We haven't reached the, here comes the pound ripping back up now. So since we cashed out, we got the luxury to sit back and retap this same window again. This may be a failure swing. We could sell into the shoulder of this, what we suspect is going to be the shoulder. But here's where I go real aggressive now. 6-hour tickets. So I'm just going to sell that all over again. So another, I'm going to sell more euro and limits. All right, so I'm going to go for the 40 pip targets on this because now that we scalped the top of that, if we do retest that, and then we get an engulf. So you're not always going to get the engulf, right? So if you did the scalp down here, and you scalped off the floor there. And then did you really ride that for all that? I mean, you had to pull the trigger here on the 15-minute, the only chance to get in on the 15 buy there, you know. But I'm still underwater on these tickets, and I want to get those off the table. And we just sold on limits here. I just got filled, I think. Let me put some sells right here. Guarantee the fill. So really, to me, because of the market orders, I usually do bad. Like I get in them. I would sell at the market here normally, but I think, you know what? Let's just sell above. I got to put these in 1 pip apart now. Let's sell here as we're tanking. All right, we're going to go full tankage. Now let me get out of these guys. I'm about to cash out of this, and I'm going to buy into this all over again. We're going to do a whole rinse and repeat today on this. These are the 4-hour buy limits now. Just about to cash out of this because we just made a new low. Let's reduce the exposure there a little bit. Oh, not quite. So I guess I could come in there and manually take those off inside the platform because this is the buyer's window. On this 15-minute, and the stocks have only been open 10 minutes. So if the stocks start to fall apart right now, it's going to be lights out for the pound. But if I can get this last scalp in here where we, for the next 4 hours, I'm going to put in a risk 30 to make 20. And just lay them in like this. No? All right, so let that cook, and we're holding this on the... I did put buy limits, so the euro is totally getting annihilated now. I think I'm about to cash out of this because we're in the buyer's window right now. Okay, let's get go flat on this. Now I can resell that window. Oh, those are my sell limits. I'm already out of this trade. Sorry, I thought those were my. But I'd definitely be getting out, right? Okay, looking for the plot. Now the buyers are coming in there because they trapped these guys. They hunted them on that 15, so to speak. So if we are going up, yeah, we're going to sell up there again. So for the next 8 hours, I'm just going to sell anything above this price. This is just how it is, new highs. And then I go for the 60 pip winner, right? Because now we could drop back into this. And I would say the same here. Let's buy below here like I just did on the euro. Let's put a 20 pip stop and buy here for 8 hours. We know there's a bunch of buyers here. That's the bottom of this 2-hour wicks from way back then. And this is just a real obvious to me supply zone, although we may not make it there. But if we crash into that and bounce out of that a little bit, on the way there, I want to buy it a little bit. I want to get kind of in. And I'm short on the pound still. Let me get out of the pound now. And I'm going to let the dollar that I'm buying. Okay, I'm cashing out right now. All my shorts. No exposure there. Now we're going to go in and re-expose ourselves. Get out the swabs, people. We're going to come in and buy this plunge here. And I'm still holding margin on my dollar trade, which is, I'm looking for that to come back to this target. And that's the trade. Up $300. Top of the hour, we should be out of everything. Look at the crush here, so we can make some scalp here, I think. Want to buy that plunge. 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to scalp out of my shorts a little bit. These are vicious moves, aren't they? All right, I'm scalping out, cashing out. Taking my pound off the table, taking the euro off the table. Rinse and repeat. So I'm a buyer again down here. Sure is a crazy auction psychosis at this time of day. I'm going to buy that euro as it drops now. It's fast money. So that was 20, almost 30 pips clean off the top of that. Now I'm going to buy the plunge again. I'm still using margin on my dollar trade. So if we keep dropping, this is the winner. I'm going to take off the colors for the exits. I want to see just if I'm above water on all these tickets, would I have a look at the platform? Save myself that view. We're coming back up on the pound now. So every one of these tickets is a winner. So I'm going to cash out of that. And we're only in 9K now. I'm waiting to get filled here. And that's that. So, as they say, I gotta go listen to the news about Biden. I feel like I'm in a circus environment, and I just can't resist watching the clown show in that election, really. So I've been trading the scripts more and more, the limit drops like this, and I did a trade on the, before the election. The election was not that ruckus because they'd rigged it, or people just were like, well, whatever, Trump's already kind of just nuked the landscape. He just did a display of capitalism that people are literally just still reeling from. How to spark the economy deregulation, like how to just trade at the market there. I'm still a trader? Sure, okay. All right. Still had a trade on there. I didn't see it. So, there you go. Boom. Alrighty then. So we're just gonna wait for like the drama's over for me. We could still go higher, and I would still sell the pound if we went up, and this would be just a little icing on the cake. But that was the exciting Dow Jones opening against everything on the planet there, and all the bump stops and everything. But now, to me, it's kind of relaxed. The pound could come down 20 to 40 pips. I put orders on real money and fake money, pretty wide here. It's pretty relaxed, right? So that's like the London Open trade, and imagine you, like I said, that you can make a lot of money just from getting in and out in small positions. It's just more work. But if you just in lockdown, you got nothing to do all day. It's good. It's a good lifestyle. It's fun. With the scripts, it's a riot. So I was able to trade through the elections this time, and there's nothing I can't trade now because of the script just tells me, yeah, I'm willing to sell in that window. I'm willing to buy in that window. I know it's going to take fucking 8 hours to retrace 60 pips or 40 pips on the pound. And you just sit in the fucking trade and you're just like, okay, all right, just now that is a swing trader's mindset. You're going to wait 10 hours to get paid. I'd love to get paid in 10 minutes. And that's these little flash crashes in this trade I just did here that only took an hour and a half, right? But I had all those tickets in before I started the video. We trade through the news, and don't trade the news, another big bullshit myth. We all knew there were sellers up here. Look how it's freaking out. It's in that sell window still. Everybody's freaked out about this market. Look at this. They're coming. They're going to rip this back through the floor, I think. Look at the euro. This tick chart. Develop a tick watching the tick chart. Look at this thing. Frantic. I hope they do plunge it. I'm just counting on the chaos. I'm making money from the wick. Now, sure, you could blow out these things, but you're watching it happen like this, you could have still had the same order in without watching this happen, and you would have taken the same trade. It's just that I'm sitting here doing the video, and I'm like, okay, let's just scalp out. Let's get in here. Let's take our money and run. I don't want to sit this out, even if I think we're going to go to hell after we just trapped in that window on the 4-hour chart. Now, if you put this limit bank in here and you've already scalped out and you look at your phone, you're like, yeah, I still got another 300K waiting to cash out for every 10 pips it drops, pre-written into the trade plan, the script. Perfect. But guess what? The buyers could come in here, rip it north into another pocket, 20 pips north, then rip back. Is that the better trade? So when you're in front of that platform like this, I can cash out, I can reduce my exposure, I can re-expose myself on more limits. And this goes on and on. I was getting rid of deleting orders on my real account last night. I just thought, what does my broker think? When he sees sell limits up here, he's like, are you kidding? And I go, well, you know what? Tell that to the guy that had buy limits down here, and they go, are you kidding? This is the 4-hour chart. At this point here, you could have dropped a buy limit down here, a rack, and you'd be like, oh my God. Now, the guy that was saying, they just dropped the euro 40 pips in an hour. Dude, they just dropped this thing 40 pips in like what? Take a look at that. What is the time frame on this? This is just, if you're not there to see it happen, it doesn't bother you. But look at this rip. Are you kidding me? That is 40 pips in 15 minutes. I think that is the euro. Sorry. So this is what he's talking about. This is the trade that annihilated him here. Now here's a nice trend trade. Buy that. Here's the top, become a bottom. I'm selling into that. So I'm going to retap that sell. I think it's another bullshit trade. On the euro, though, I'm just going to go on the euro now. Trade light. I don't want to get no big trades this time of day now. The pound is still pulling back. I kind of want to buy this pound. I think it's going to crush, and we're going to make an easy. This is going up. I'm not even short that yet. So I'm really counter trend trading that. I understand people could buy here, but I have so many buy limits below that I don't want to take that trade. I really don't like this market order trading. It's just too much work. Like, okay, 5 minutes, boom, hit the button. I am getting out of the market though. Like I said, when we boom into where the buyers are coming in, I'm getting out of the market going. I've been short this whole time. I'm on the other side of this thing. I gotta go. I got to take it. It's a counter trend trade. I can't stand in front of this. They're going to rip this up maybe. But that's why if you're babysitting it, you're going to make more money, of course, That's why people babysit their kids so the kid doesn't start playing with knives and all the things kids love to do. Yeah, one more. I think there's more buyers left on this euro. We still haven't probed the tops, and maybe by 11 o'clock, we're crashing up into them. We get a retrace. It's a retracement strategy. So putting a grid above us and waiting for the market to smash into the grid. It's tried and true grid trading. And even a robot that could see that we just moved on closing prices on the 5 minute, and these things run better on the 5 minute because they can perceive a 15-minute 20 pips up. It's going to throw limits in a basket, and I could make it just a measured move. So it moves up 20 pips in the last 15 minutes, which is pretty incredible. Typically not a real move. But here's like a closing prices only, and then it's going to put in buy limits out in front of it, maybe 5 pips apart. And as the account builds, you're going to rewrite the scripts and reintroduce new robots that can trade more aggressively. So you have an army of little nanobots. It's like a vaccine for the market. And Anybody ever see the Outer Limits, the modern Outer Limits? Where there's a two episode of I think the Sandman. This guy had went to another planet, came back with these little critters, and he started to direct them. And he had this fiefdom, this crowd of worshipers that walked around the sand in this little box he had at home, and then it got out of hand as it usually does. It went Frankensteinian on him, and it was a mess. I was selling that year up there. It's a nice end of the day trade here. The pound. I've got sells on real money on new highs of the day on the pound, waiting to get filled. So this looks like a pretty light trade. I don't know how much we're going to make on this one, but if we get that spike up, and there's more news coming out. I think at 10 o'clock we got more news coming out. Let's take a look at the news. Here's the trusty news out of Forex Factory. 10 o'clock. Consumer now. What's strange to me is, I guess these aren't really big. This is not, what do you call it? Oh, I bet there was some drama over here in the cat. I wasn't watching that. But, you know, it's still news, even though it's not non-farm payroll. I've seen more drama from this, but here comes the next piece of news. We're 3 minutes from home sales. And the consumer sentiment. I don't know what this is so silly that people would even try to trade off of this news. It's so silly. Okay, market's kind of ridiculous now. We're not really killing anything here. I don't know if we're ever going to make that top, and it's okay. It's okay because most of that drama there is that that market opens. Now, like I said, we can do the drift down thing all day and go into a nice sleepy bear market where the market just drifts down and we never see. So the market doesn't have to crash necessarily, but I think it's put a fork in it, you know. 4 years of capitalism with a healthy dose of starchy communism, and you're gonna have to take a nap. It's siesta time for your blood sugar. You know, you're done. Put a fork in it. So I go back to the old, you know, Chinese. Maybe I get a nice China girl here. Put on that David Bowie China Girl song. How about that? Biden's next. Biden's gonna run in 4 years. Little China girl. Yeah, that's gonna be the new theme song for the Biden basement tour. You know, when you campaign for your basement, it's a whole different kind of. It's like Forex trading, really. I could learn him. I could learn Hunter how to Forex trade. He's got some money to blow. Look, we picked up a few K there on that. What do we got? What do we got here for a winner? Oh, look at that. I bought the pound. I do think that's a good buy. Pound's coming back to life a little bit. I think I'll cash out. All the excitement's gone. Call Hunter. Get some crack rocks over here. Remember the good old days? We used to just like smoke crack all night long and scalp. I want to get out of this. It's going to tank on me. All right, let's take the baby position off there. I really want to sell the euro. What's going to happen here? Oh, so look at this wick down here. Now, did anybody take this trade? This is insane volatility. The NASDAQ. Wow. We said the fragile thing is, look at the dailies. This is the perfect setup. Down, come back a little bit, dead cat bounce. Bye-bye. Wah, wah, wah. It's done. It's so done. Let's rebuy this dollar. Bad spread here. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. 8 hours of buying down there. Dow Jones, forgot about it. If we leave the station here to the south side, you're never looking back, man. Look at this. You're never looking back. Doesn't have to crash. Just drip down. But you're a buyer up here? You like green new capitalism? Okay, it's 10 o'clock officially. 10 minutes and 45 seconds. The buyers are coming back to town on that. Euro. Okay, scalping out. All right. What happened to that 999 guy? I guess he got COVID and died. So people are dying from the vaccine. Go figure. You fucking rigged some piece of shit so-called vaccine in your... Oh, yeah, we got this right out the door. Who's the company? I was trying to tell this person last night that one of the vaccine manufacturers said, you know what? We're just going to let you get sick. We decide that's a better business model for our attorneys. We're going to get sued up the yin-yang for this ridiculous attempt to manage Mother Nature. Oh, well, look at that. 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock. On the nose. Look at the 1 hour charts. Oh, we'd still breach this thing and keep going up, I'm telling you. Never underestimate the bullish eagerness to come into my doji supply zone here. One more scalp of the day possibly coming. And the pound's not done going up. But boy, when stocks, I don't know. Maybe stocks do close all-time high today. Sure looks fragile here on the dailies. And the 4 hours not. 4 hour says that you should be accumulating because you're underneath this, and it's like a good time to buy some stocks because stocks aren't going to go away, and they're going to make money and maybe they're making masks. Here even it looks fragile, like you close up here and they're just about to roll over and turn down. That's all right. We're ready for anything on this. I don't have any scripts for the stocks though. Bitcoin, nice scalp off that window there. Right? You sold just like the pound, same setup, same day. There's your order block entry. Here comes the euro coming back to life. Come on, euro. You can do it. See that buy there? Look at that clean, sharp on the 5. 15. Let's go. Come on. Cannot wait to sell up here. In fact, I'm going to start selling even before we get up there. On the way to there. That's how bearish I am. 20 pip stops. 8 hours. Let's go. Bring it. Bring it, goobers. I'm all over this supply zone here, demand zone. Porn zone. Let's go. Anything above this? Hog short. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Can they push that higher? Stocks. Bump stop stock. That's crazy, man. What a story. That is the best Revenge of the Nerds story in the world. A bunch of people decide to take the other side of the trade. Man, that is like, apparently my word's getting out there. People have been tuning in. Some guy says, who's listening to you? Obviously. Hello. Look at the results. Since I have my channel, finally people are waking up. They're becoming very woke in a true awakening. Instead of woke, they're awake. It's different. But there's the aha moment, the churning sea of bureaucracy and the technical, the servers, and who really owns it. And this is the argument they used to have in the old days, Okay, you're going to tell me that the cable company in your town has no competition? Yeah, well, we're going to lease them the lines, and AT&T. Well, we have Bell. When they broke up the Bell, okay, so that was the beginning of that. But it wasn't so bad. A lot of people miss those days. You'd rent your phone, or your phone was in your bill. It's like $5 a month for your phone. And you can beat the shit out of this phone. It's Western Electric. Dude, you could kill people with this phone. I bet those phones were in like murder trials. Oh, this was the phone he used. You just clocked him with the whole base of it. You could hear the ringer. Yeah, I heard a ringing sound. I didn't hear a gunshot. And now we're down to these fragile. I almost set on my phone, my Android, and I thought, really? I got to get a backup phone because I might sit on that and end up with that cracked screen. And I actually thought, first time I saw somebody with a cracked screen, I thought, that is the coolest screensaver. It looks like you have a cracked screen. Yeah, that's really. I think they're running out of buyers on the euro here. So we made our 300. We made it to $3,300 here. I kind of want to do the. I want to take a look at the account maybe. If I put my Blue FX Blue publisher on here, I can look at the account stuff. But this is how I'm kind of trading. You know, I'm not trading 3 standard lots on my own account on that trade there because I was doing the video really heavy. But I am short the euro. I am short the pound. I realize there's going to be a few more price pulses left today, but I'm not going to run the video. Like the live streaming thing's tough. I guess if you have people to talk to, it keeps you awake. So we're pulling off this top. We are short on that trade, though. We did pick up a few K there. So most of the drama's over. That was not a lot of pips here on the euro, but this is the kind of tame trading. That pound, look out because it's vicious, It's up 40 pips. It's down 80 pips. I mean, you could put an iceberg order down at the bottom of that rack and be like, yeah. You wake up in the morning, that trade is one and done with a 40 pip stop to make 60 pips, with a 20 to make 40 pips. And if you put the cluster in the supply zone, last known top, a deep order, going back the highs of 3 days ago, who's not selling there? Yes, it could break out and shear up and everybody's shitting their pants when it gets to the breakout point. You're like, oh my God, what if this thing keeps going up? Well, what if it doesn't? So that's the kill zone, or what do they call it? No Nonsense calls it that point on the chart where, well, it's uncertainty, right? You don't know what's going to happen. I don't think at any point on the chart, if you picked any moment in time for the next 2 hours, you know what's going to happen. If you're not in the market, I guess you don't care. So if you're waiting on the sidelines for indicators to catch up before you get into a trade, Okay, we got a top bottom here on the 15. Sellers should come in on this. People that trade or if they trade every rally on the 15, thinking that now we're going to go into a bear market, and let's just start trading this from the south side now. Here's sell here. I'm already short, so I will hold that. And my entrance for the other side of that trade, so to go back and forth instead of cashing out, I could just, let's just buy down here for 8 hours, right? Let's get in down here. Why isn't that loading? I got too many tickets in. Okay. So this broker, I'm using all the tickets. I mean, since I'm putting in 8-hour tickets, I keep on putting in tickets. So I got to get rid of some before I can put new ones in. But I'm going to buy right there because it makes sense. And I got nothing else to do here but just keep messing with these pendings. So that's the drudgery, I suppose. Okay, still spike up here. I'm going to cash out of this ticket because I think we are going to go up. Down to 3K exposure. Let's sell this again. It's so good, let's do that again. I think this is going to be the last high probability scalp of the day. I just can't wait till to bust that north. I got to start deleting some tickets down here because these are never going to fill. I throw these in because I just don't even want to have to. This broker's going to let me do it, so I just throw them in. Okay, I'm sorry, we missed that news came out, actually. They're absorbing the news, I suppose, of the consumer confidence. Let's see what that looks like, just for curiosity's sake. Let me start deleting the very top tier. I don't think we're ever coming up here, and if we do, I've got so many. I think they're letting me trade almost $1 million position. If everything filled on my 1Ks, I think I'd be in $1 million position. Let's say they let me put about 2,000 orders in here easily. Okay, this is going to be the buy window though, so I do want to get in heavy there. The pound looks like it could come into this. Let's get rid of these. There's no way we're coming up here again. It's over. So, you know, trading's kind of over for the day. Europe's going to close here. It's Friday. Some people don't even trade the rest of the afternoon. They just go out and, like, you know. So that's why I have the demo running, because I still want to run my trades like that and just on and on, you know. And if you play guitar, you play guitar even though you know how. So you still play it because you want to keep loose and all that stuff. Design new patterns. Explore new scales. Okay, this is a lot of work, isn't it? So normally, if I had the ballistics set on this mouse, I could go like this, and I can get a lot of these. I'm actually deleting tickets right there. You can't tell because you don't see any progress being made, but trust me. All right, so this is a good. We would sell on the way to a retest of the top. I'm also going to buy down here because I freed up some tickets now. I'm only trying to make 8 pips here. Make 32 pips with a 14 pip stop. Kind of dead. We're dead. Nothing's going on now. And let's see what they said about the. What is the consensus here? Oh, see, dead in the water numbers. Inflation, the same. 3%, pretty steep. I like the comments in here. Just open any one of these things. People have systems. He says he'll code the E for no charge. You know, people are always. I don't know if that's true. I can't give away my crow because it won't work. Look at breakout strategy underway. The U.S. dollar has started to break out against the Japanese yen. Did it? I haven't looked at that currency in a while. Some guy said, "How's that trade going?" I'm like, you know, if you're trading like I am, where it goes up and down, it doesn't really. I don't know what the big landscape is there. Key levels. Could explore higher. Fortune cookie predictions. Bigger yield moves ahead. Drops more hints. Industrial projection roll. This is entertaining. This is a way to spend some time. Despite dropping slightly the last month, home sales registers. Yeah, buy a house, you know. They haven't outlawed houses yet. Then you can get locked down in your own house and everything. Just like the old days. Down on the farm. Okay, so that's about it. Not much left in the markets, I think, here. A couple ups and downs. Maybe scalp some stuff out here. I'll just cash out as need be. 15-minute charts just updated. Looks like we get a rally here, maybe. I'm still eager to sell that euro if it goes up. I got all my sell limits up there. So maybe we can make this trade here, make another $50 today. So I'm going to publish this ranting video on the internets. 2 hours of scalping in the market, I guess you could say. I still think this could go up here. Get this great scalp up here today. Let's see what happens. Oh, they're tanking it. So for some reason, yeah, the 15-minute guys are all over this now. I don't know. Crazy. That was a big, crazy move there. All right, so it's just kind of drifty bullshit moves now. I still want that. I'll take the plunge trade. I'll take either trade on this. Plunge into my limits, or we'll take the insane higher. Or you're holding from this. You're a swing trader holding this all the way down. You make the call. Anyways, that's it.